Not even going to set the scene. Not going to tell you what the man's going to say. I'm just going to show you what he says. This is a guy that belongs under a prison. Let's listen to him during this little hearing. Let's listen in.
Should listen to America's brightest and best doctors and scientists, or instead listen to podcasters, conspiracy theorists, and unhinged Facebook memes?
This isn't the part.
Listening to people who you just described is going to do nothing but harm people because they will deprive themselves of life-saving
Just setting the scene.
interventions, which has happened. And you know, some have done studies. Peter Hotez has done an analysis of this and shows that in people who refuse to get vaccinated for any variety of reasons, probably responsible for an additional 200,000 to 300,000 deaths in this country.
Thank you, sir, and your entire team for saving lives in this country. And I'm sorry you have to continue going on with these attacks. I yield back. I think the American public.
So, and he said it, I believe, twice during the hearing. There's another one, actually, that I would love to show you, where he essentially says that the unvaccinated caused he explicitly said, look, let's listen to it from another angle, right? This is coming from a lot of my colleagues over at The Blaze. Listen to this one real quick.
And you know, some have done studies. Peter Hotez has done an analysis of this and shows that
just listen again,
people who
different
refuse
angle
to get vaccinated for any variety of reasons, probably responsible for an additional 200,000 to 300,000 deaths in this.
Now, one could argue that, well, he's just talking about all jabs all together, okay? And this analysis that Peter Hotez did. But they're talking about COVID, so I for sure want to look at it through that lens. I need to remind you of what happened here. So they sold this jab, Operation Warp Speed. Again, one of the biggest wealth transfers that went. I mean, a lot of your I don't even like the term taxpayer dollars. The money that was stolen from you and I went to subsidize, and yes, Trump greenlit it, subsidize all these pharmaceutical companies, which came up with a jab, right? That they absolute speed run, unlike no other. Lied about some of the information initially. First, Rochelle Walensky, she came out and flat out said that people that were getting this jab were not spreading it and they weren't getting sick.
We can kind of almost see the end. We're vaccinating so very fast. Our data from the CDC today suggests, that vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick, and that it's not just in the clinical trials, but it's also in real world data.
Okay, that obviously turned out to be horseshit. Then it came out, whoops, remember, they sold the damn jab. They sold it on doing exactly that, preventing you from getting sick, but more importantly, stopping the spread. Then come to find, and Rochelle, this isn't me. YouTube can't get me for it because I'm just repeating what Rochelle Walensky then went back on and said what they were finding is that it wasn't preventing transmission.
We changed our guidance last Tuesday. Our vaccines are working exceptionally well, but what they can't do anymore is prevent transmission.
You sold a jab on preventing transmission, found out that it didn't prevent transmission. And at best, it was a symptom mitigator. If that's what you want to call it, fine. But it wasn't preventing transmission. So, in the context of what this elf was talking about, how can you say that people that went unjabbed were responsible for the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people? Again, man, he's not in a prison. I think that's the thing that sucks. And again, it's not just him. All of these clowns. Rochelle Walensky got to basically quit and walk off into the sunset. Unbelievable. Nothing happened to that heifer. I don't know what else to say that I have not already said. Thanks for watching. Be sure to head over to Rippaverse.com to check out our comic book company. We have books, plenty of merchandise, and even some glorious animations from Rippaverse Studios.